I, mighty Memnon, know my place among the legends of these lands. With me marches the proud Nubian and the tenacious Egyptian. We first went to the islands of Rhodes, the land of King Tlepolemus, son of Hercules and Astyache. His armies were dispersed before us like chaff in the wind. Violence and bloodshed were enacted upon his men. I pity them for their fates, but they were given a warrior's death. At their capital, the last of the Rhodonia warriors stood with their king. With speed and wrath, we took their walls, and nothing remained but smoldering buildings and rotting bodies. And so, we will look to the southwest, where my legend will grow.
Hello everyone, before we jump into today's gameplay, I would like for all of you to know that today's video is in fact sponsored by Creative Assembly. You can check out Total War Troy right down below in a handy dandy link. If you click on it and you check it out, it lets all of them know that hey, I drew you to it, which means they'll like me more and I'll appreciate all of you even more too. Now on that note, I would like to also send out a thank you to HersheyTreat, who's been voicing Memnon. He's a very talented fellow and we'll be hearing more from him too. Now, let's get into the game. We are back now, and over here in Arcacia, we've got some starving people. I could have fought them out traditionally, but come on here. I'm a Horde. Whenever you have a Horde and you don't need to worry about conquering every location so quickly, you can take your time, and so I did. And now they're nearly all dead. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna auto-resolve it. It's a very simple area to take over. And he's out of here. Talk about a power pose. Alright. I did lose 355 men, but in the grand scheme of not having to fight a siege battle, that is a very small amount. Now, I've got to kill more, don't I? I think I do. Again, I do want more Horde growth. And of course, replenishment. We'll take it. Perfect. Alright, so while I'm over here, I'm currently rank 7. Hey, old man. I know what I'm doing. Get out of here. Alright. That gave me a new pelt. Now this pelt is incredibly good. Why? Because I get 5% casualty replenishment. Later we'll probably pick up some manner of other army, but not yet. I'm not quite there just yet. Bold. A larger aura size and more morale for our hero. Rank 7 over here. Okay, Memnon. What are we going to go after? We've got what? More morale? That could be handy. Whoa, hold on. More movement range after battle, 20% more movement. Okay, and over here, cheaper actions for my active camp followers. Now that could also be a great way for me to easily go after, I don't know, other enemy heroes by using my assassin. You know what, we'll do that instead. That's really good. I want to use my assassin whenever possible. So now, we need to move over to the west to finally conquer, or at least break down, a few more towns and cities. Alright, so while we're here, why don't we just encamp? We want to replenish a bit. I could also just combine what I have right now and get more units. I'll do that a bit later. But let's have a look over here at what we need to do. The Gates of Crete. So we need to raise Knossos over here. We'll do that. It won't take too long. I've got my only one hero, and I've got a few, like, various missions over here. Like right now, I've got some gold income, which is pretty nice to have. Let's have a look at that real quick. Yeah, I've got that, so now I'm going to work on completing another mission to unlock my Canaanite brothers. It'll take me a bit, but I'll be able to do it. However, I'm going to need more stone. Thankfully, we'll get 70 stone per turn once I unlock what's over here. But because we do lack other buildings, well, we need to come over here and actually get some income. Alright, now, there are many buildings for me to build up. Do I really need any of them right now? Not really. I mean, I do have a lot of Nubian units, and they're quite nice to have. Here's a chest of knowledge. I'll take that. More replenishment, sure. Let's see. More administration efficiency for royal decrees. I would like to be able to research a little bit faster, so we'll take that too. Recruit a mythical unit. Okay, that would give me one epic agent, which would be okay. One faction has been destroyed. The weak have died off. But thankfully, we are strong, so we don't need to worry. But now we're landing. I wonder, do they have an army? They do have some army close by, but not their army. Now, look at that. They have a very tiny garrison. They weren't ready for me. Good. I came out of nowhere, now they're losing their people. It's pretty cool. You don't always need to fight inch and frickin' tooth. Tooth and nail? Tooth and nail, that was a saying. I completely forgot it. over every single bit of territory. You don't need to do that. Alright. Give me more Horde growth. I'm here to level up my Horde building so very quickly. Whoa, look at that. 1 Iron Ash Club. So 60 more melee damage. I mean, +2 to motivation is fine, but he's my core leader, so he's going to be okay. And a golden cup. Holy crap. Doom of Cities. So now I could besiege and starve them out even more. I could burn a majority of the map. I know I could. Alright, so we're coming back down. I like to go deep before I do anything else at all. More melee defense, not really my thing. What about over here? Alright, here's a touch. Ooh, a healing ability. We'll take that. In Egypt, healing herbs grow, for Egyptians are of the race of Paeon. Nice. Alright, so over here we've got a little mythical army. Should we go fight them? I mean, sure, why not? I don't see why we shouldn't fight them. Do we need new units yet? No, not yet. Could we get some new armies in? I'll do that soon. I want to ensure we have more elite units over here in my main army. Now, I could take up Master Trainer. Yeah, if I wanted more range. Do I want more range? Yeah, maybe. We've got over here a Quartermaster for more melee defense. We've got a few decent things, but I want more stone because I want to be able to march even further. I can march far, but it's always better to march even further. Alright, now I wonder who's quite rich when it comes to stone. Oh, you are. Okay, well, let's have a look over here. If I take them down, how much stone do I get? 540 stone, perfect. Alright, well, I'll get you guys later then. Easy enough over here. Do we need to fight them out? Heck no. Again, we've got a few easy victories for once, which is just a build up for later on, because eventually you get caught in between a whole bunch of different enemy armies and you're like, you know what? I could use a break today. Now we could take replenishment, but 35 gold is actually a decent amount. I get 10 gold per turn, and I'll always take more gold. Now I've got over 200 gold. I did complete a new mission too, so if I want to, I could pick up a lesser griffin. Also later, if I want to as well, I could go on a hunt. I might do that. We'll see. But let's come over here. It's crazy how far we're able to move too. I mean, look at that. We're just able to move wherever we want to. Alright. So one more turn to go. They've got 10 units over here. It's not walled, so if I want to, and I do want to, I'll fight them. If they choose not to fight me, that's okay too. I'll ignore them. Now, let's come over here real quick. I've gotten every follower, so I've got to get a few royal decrees if I want to get even better camp followers. And I am going to do that. See, look over here. 1500 bronze, but I would get a scribe that would give us 100 experience per turn. Very quickly could we have all elite units because of that. A skirmish party over here. I mean, these are all really powerful too. You just need to pick them up. Canaan Infiltrator, -2 to siege holdout time. We've got over here Ethiopian Musician, +10% to morale of all units. We've got Egyptian Cook, -10% upkeep to the cost of all of our units too. I mean, these only go on and on and on. Oh my god, a Lotus Merchant. Holy crap, man. Okay, so when sieging major settlements, grants an action that disables the enemy towers. You're kidding me. Oh, I've got to get that. Imagine attacking any city and you're like, haha, your towers don't work. You've got some limp towers. That would be great. We're doing today's battle fairly live. I've got over here Ethiopian tribesmen on the left-hand side. Memnon will move in too, and they'll fight together. Over in the middle, we've got archers, and they're going to go after enemy units. On the right-hand side, we do have Ethiopian hunters, and they'll go in to expend all of their many javelins. Now, I am doing this battle live because I've got a question for all of you. Do you prefer it whenever I show you a more cinematic battle like I have been for a long time now, or would you prefer it if I were to play live? Let me know. I would love to know, because I will be coming back to Warhammer 2 for a few campaigns, and of course, I'll be playing Warhammer 3. So, it would be great for me to know what type of content you prefer, what you get the most out of. Well-written comments, they're quite appreciated. But also, I'll have a poll right down below, so you could help me decide. It's really just about what you enjoy there. If I didn't enjoy either, then, well, it wouldn't be a choice. I would just say, here's what I'm doing. But for me, it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty indifferent, so I might as well just ask all of you, and we'll see from there. Alright, Javelin Men, let's move back real quick. So over here, we've got our archers attacking these militia. We're going to move them back later. They've got one enemy commander who's been wounded by my lovely, lovely assassin. which I got as a camp follower. So Memnon's going to attack for now. We're going to use what? I suppose we could use Pion's Touch, but we don't need to. They are weaker, but I have them over there for a good reason. That's largely because I just want them to be supported by a very powerful leader. Now we'll go after their leaders. Unfortunately, they are attacking me over here, but that's okay. I allow them to get a little charge in as a treat. As a nice little treat. Let's move in our Spearmen real quick. We'll move in a few other units. We'll have a few other friends come by. Here's a Siren's Lure to be used on... Actually, let's come over here and use it on these guys. We'll have them move in just a little bit. We want to charge in and flank a few more of them. I think that's a pretty good idea. Sometimes your archers can kind of get caught, so you just got to move them back a little bit more after that. Alright, so we did break another group. See, they broke quickly and easily, so now we just need to move over here to flank. Another group has been broken, but they're not shattered. We'll move up and attack more of them. We are being attacked by a few other units too. Sirens are not a big deal to me. Let's come over here. Well, they've got some infantry close by, so we need to watch out. Now, if I lose fodder too, that's also not a big deal, so we'll just keep them over there. Let's see. I don't know all of his special abilities, but we'll use what we can. A War God's Call. Come attack me if you want. I could have had him go after the enemy leaders, but I chose to actually ignore them for once. Let's go in and go after their young spears. Okay, we need to attack the slingers too with my own archers. Alright, so I've got some more infantry. We'll go after their infantry, my javelin men. They'll come over here to attack their young spears. We're actually going after, as you can see, their slingers over here. Now, it looks like right now we're out of ammo, so we probably just need to move back a little bit. Let's move them back so we don't lose too many. I've got some more javelin men who will attack them, so we'll let them do that. We've already broken one group. That's really good too. And see, I can't really zoom in nearly as much. Now, what I used to do, I would go into slow motion, then zoom in. It feels weird doing that now because I haven't done it for so long, but I'm just like showing you how I used to make content. And I just, again, want to hear from all of you. And I'll go back for the future battles for this part in a more cinematic view. That way, again, you just have like a better idea of what's happening and how they really match up. All right, they have more infantry over there. Let's move back again. Let's come over here real quick. Just need to go after a few more. My Sirens did a pretty good job. We've got over here some militia who are attacking. Let's move them back. I'm not too keen on keeping Sirens. I actually want them to die off. Now, he's fighting in the middle. He's killed how many? 69 so far, which is not great. It's okay. But, again, I'm going to recruit a few new units, so I wanted to use my fodder at least a little bit. But Surreal, these are lives we're talking about. Yeah, I know. I know, buddy. They sure are. Let's come back over here real quick. So now we're just chasing them. We're keeping them busy. Oh, man, they are just losing it now. Yeah, their leader, is he okay? No, he's broken. He's not okay. They've got one leader who's still attacking. My poor archers, they kept taking a little bit of damage. I'll move over here my Nefru infantry. And that's just really due to the overall pacing of what these games are like. I mean, the pacing, as we all know, is pretty fast. I don't know how all of you play. If you play on like normal speeds the whole time, if you ever use slow motion. I don't know how other people play, so like I don't know what's the norm. For me, I always liked looking at the little battles, so I would go into slow motion, not because it was needed for me to actually play, but just because, hey, I like looking at the pretty models fight and kill. That's what I like. All right, let's come over here and fight their infantry. We'll use our buff for leader's will. Come over here and flank them with a few javelin men. And that's okay. It happens, man. These are fodder. They're meant to be routed a little bit. All right, let's come over here, and then we'll go after the slingers who've killed over 30. And Memnon is still fighting. But yeah, they're not meant to be here forever. I'm going to make room. I'm going to combine my units once we're done here. And look at that. Chromios is nearly dead. He's trying to patch up. He's not doing a great job. Let's move away real quick. All right. So I want my archers to help out. I was trying to avoid a little bit of friendly fire, but I can't really do that. So we'll just go after a few different targets where possible. If we need to chase after a few too, then we'll do that. All right, that militia, they're getting a little bit too out of hand. Let's move back a little bit. I want all of you over here. I was hoping they would do a better job attacking, but they're kind of having a tough time. So let's go kill Chromios. All right, they're done for there. And I also have a lot of javelins too, so I can get pretty spicy, pretty messy. All right, Memnon's going to hold back everyone all alone over here, which is wild.
Ares, your warriors are rallying.
Yeah, they're fine. They're going to be okay. We were always okay. That was never in question, because now I get to move in my archers, and look at that, they broke through. Not a bad thing. Why? Because now my archers get to go flank them. And if I want to, I could bring in some javelins too. Do I really need to? No. But they've already broken, so it doesn't really matter. But my plan was to come over here to break them all like that. But yeah, there's our normal speed battle for once. And it took only a little bit of time to win. We did it though. All right, let's get out of here. Let's have a look. I lost over 600. They lost a lot more. I mean, a lot more. 132 kills for Memnon. Not bad. All right, we did it. That gave me gold, food, and experience again. My casualties are doing just okay. Raise and enslave. My usual choice over here because I love my replenishment. There's a faction destroyed. It feels pretty cool to be able to focus on fighting. Again, I feel like hordes actually lend themselves pretty well to Troy because of where you need to fight. You've got to move all over the map. You don't always have to do that in every campaign you play in other Total Wars, but here you've got to move. Alright, so we got missile resistance of hero. Melee defense is okay, more armor. More morale, we've got unbreakable. Really? Or we could frighten people. Oh, that's so good. Okay, these are all really tough. I do like the idea of him being unbreakable though, just staying here forever. He would never break. Not Memnon. The guy made Achilles bleed, I mean, come on. A champion of war, you know. Alright, so we've got to come over here. We're very close to Knossos. Now, Control A, Control M. I selected all through Control A, then Control M to combine. Now you're able to see what I have over here. If I want, I'm able to take up, look at that, a few giant vanguards. Now, these guys do cost upkeep for me. The initial cost, well, there's a bit of it. A griffin, the lesser form isn't really that great to me, so I don't really want them. But I will take 2 groups of giants for fun. There we go. Look at that. I've got a new mission. I need a seer. Way over here. Wow, okay. But if I do that, I gain a lot of experience. Yeah, there's my brand new one. Okay, hopefully she'll make it there in 10 turns. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping. Because I want that experience. Okay, so after that, what else do we want to do? Well, we'll come over here real quick and have a look around. I haven't unlocked anything else that's quite new. Napata, I usually go over here. Kerma's really good if I want javelin men or archers or even staff bearers. I don't have Memphis yet for the Egyptian units, but I do focus a lot on Nubian units. If I call them men, 3,000 wood. I'll do it. Done. Alright, so after that, let's have a look. I could upgrade my core building. That's a lot of stone. True. That's a lot of wood. And even gold too. But if I do that, I'll unlock Memphis. Nice, and get even more growth. Well, that's really good just as a whole. I mean, I do want my campaign movement range, but to get that right now sounds even better. And I'll get more stone later. Oh, look who came over here. A training army. I do want my men to train up. Okay, so I've got my sand saws for more stone. I've got a new mission issued. Fully upgrade a Horde army's main building. It's a minor one, but these are actually pretty handy. They give me nice bonuses for doing what I was going to do anyway. So evidently I'm not fighting you guys yet. I could be though. Here's another little army that I could fight too. Let's go do that. The idea here is to train up. I want Memnon to become a powerhouse. Alright, there we go. I love that preview. Just being able to know what gets hurt is great and ideal. And he's out of here. Alright. Replenishment, you say? I've got to take that. It was only a tiny force. The Call of the Mother completed. So now if I want, I'll be able to use a Hydra Priest. And here's a new sword. Heracles' Sword. Plus 70% to melee damage. Nice. And over here, widely known, I am becoming more famous. That faction is gone too. Okay, that put me at rank 10. I'm getting closer now. What's over here? More replenishment. Interesting. I could negate enemy agents. Or I could replenish more. If I get wounded, we lose a lot of powers. I mean, have a look at what I add to our army. It's a lot. That's a really tough choice. I feel like I do replenish quite a bit, but let's do more. I'm going to make a gamble, and hopefully it'll work out in my favor. So, again, let's combine. We're missing, what, 2 units right now? I've got some tribesmen who I could get rid of. Let's do that. We'll come over here. Now, what do I want? I want another group of archers. I could get staff bearers. What else do I have? I could get more javelin men. That's true. I'll take staff bearers. Sure. Okay, that puts me at 19. And after that, slingers, no, I don't want them. We'll just take all of that real quick. I'll get rid of sirens later. Now, as for fighting you, I think it's a good idea just to weaken them further. It'll be an easy way for me to auto-resolve and win another battle. I'm a top 20 power. Oh yeah, look at that. Haha, and I do have Artemis too, so we deal more damage anyway. Okay, auto-resolve. We only fight the truly major battles. We don't need to fight every little baby battle. Ooh, he's like, oh, my stomach hurts. Yeah, I know, buddy. Tough luck, pal. 64 lost, and again, you know what we're gonna do. No matter what, I do get growth. If they keep on doing that, the more I'll be able to grow. And I do have independence, so I've got more campaign movement range. And over here, golden armor. Dear God, I get a lot. Okay, more morale, more missile resistance. No one's gonna stop me. I'm gonna be kitted out in all legendaries. They'll be like, wow, you went raiding a lot. And I'll say, yeah, I did. Played a lot of WoW. Alright, Mythos over here. If I do that, it'll give me vision. I would rather get, I don't know, more stone, but I'll take a bit of vision too. We just need to rest up for right now. That was a very easy battle. Let's end our turn and go after them. And also my seer is moving out now to get me more experience. A new faction encountered, Sparta. We could burn them on the way over to the north later. It's an option. Oh, there's like no one here. Okay. There we go. Okay, actually, having full vision is great. Never mind, I take it back. I do like that. I don't always need it, but in this case, it's great. And another level again. Alright, so we've got stuff over here that's very good for dealing more damage, more melee attack for actually hitting more. Oh, that's a really tough one, isn't it? I do like to use two-handed weapons. We'll take that. More of a charge bonus. 15% sounds pretty good. Alright, so I can't go beat them up yet. I want to, but I can't. I don't want to raid because I don't want to be winded. Especially if they come after me. But there we go. Marionettes. They've got spearmen, young spears. Again, my army is just a bit more elite. I mean, even though I can't recruit whenever I want to, the fact that I can easily rebuild and get better units has been quite nice. I mean, have a look at my army. It's pretty good. We're only at turn 21. Going on to turn 22, and already we have so much. Okay, 8 turns to go over here for expert trackers. Later we'll get our Canaanite brothers. I'll need what? 2,000 stone. If I take out Knossos over here, I get what? 450 favor with Poseidon. Huh, okay. I could then finish up and go elsewhere. I might as well finish up over here. That would give me what? 4,000 wood. Oh my god. And over here, 3,560 bronze. We're killing everyone. Everyone's dying today. And Tifosi made a bad choice. Now I've got some bait over here outside of Knossos. I'll be able to eradicate their army outside of their walls. They have 14 for their garrison. Yeah, sure, that's a lot. Let's go fight them. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to fight them all. Okay, we're looking at what? 3 heroes. Now, that's a lot. Here's what I've got to do. Outrider Scout. Oh, I'm missing a little bit of gold. Shoot. I only need a little bit of gold, but that's alright too. Now, I'll take Outrider Scout. There. Which means I just need to fight them all at full strength. They have only +5 to morale, and that's it. I've got more, and I'm also reducing their morale. Oh, if I prayed to Ares, then they would have had another -5 to morale, or -5% rather. But anyway, let's go in and fight. It's going to be a really tough one. I mean, that balance of power is not indicative of what they have here, which are, again, 3 heroes, and a lot of pretty decent units, too. Here is a battle where I've got to begin in slow motion, because if I don't, everything is going to fly by so quickly. Now, we attacked one hero. He's right over there. He's being kept busy by my tribesmen. I've got 2 groups of tribesmen. My other group of tribesmen are right over here. They're meant to countercharge any infantry who comes after my 2 groups of javelin men and archers on the left flank. I've got giants here and way over there too. Those giants are meant to support my 2 groups of javelin men on that side, on my right flank. Then I've got all of my 2-handed weapon users over here in the middle. Memnon is moving through, and I've got more infantry who will move in to help support us. But have a look at that right now. They're being torn to shreds. These are spearmen, and that's how we're beating them. I'm telling you, if you want to feel like a god of war, Memnon is that god of war. I don't know when I've played a campaign where I've been able to so easily steamroll so many different factions, especially when playing on higher difficulties too. That's been really cool. So there we are. We know what's going to happen now. Now it's time to move in. We'll use our sirens right over here to lure some type of ranged unit. But let's see it all in action right now. We saw one group just get obliterated. I mean, we pulled out Exodia and we were like, obliterate. All right, here we go now. Might be an old reference for a few of you, but there it is. I was actually going to have someone with a bronze club show up on a thumbnail, and I was going to call him Barry Bronze, like Barry Bonds, but I thought that would be too old of a reference. But anyway, for those of you who are older like me, and who also might be aware of American baseball, well, there you go. A little dumb joke for you. All right, Javelin men are over here. We've got these guys moving back. They'll turn back and attack. Let's have a look at Memnon. He's busy too. I mean, I'd throw him into harm's way constantly. No one's coming to join that battle. They're just going to have to watch that play out. Now, the cool part is I'm going to be able to focus all of my attacks over here to really destroy their slingers, but also all of their infantry too. I'm not showing any mercy. I'm just here to show you how you can also play your Memnon campaign. That way, if you want to steamroll and just feel like, again, a Dawn God of War, you can do that. Yeah, see, I'm keeping close with my tribesmen. They're getting ready. If they need to, they'll move in. But these club warriors, they don't really have much going on, man. They're like, we've been shafted. All right, let's come over here. It's pretty interesting. I've actually been discussing Epicureanism with a friend of mine who's been kind of delving into more, I suppose, earlier forms of philosophy. And so I've been picking up a few books too, and also reading myself too, just because I like having discussions with my friends on various topics. So if like I have a friend in school, I tend to try to engage in whatever topics they're engaging with, because then I can have a slightly more elevated discussion and learn more too, because I'm always about learning and just trying to know a little bit more than I did. And have a look at that. They're all running away now. See, we quickly beat them. It didn't take much time. The young spears are running. They got 18 kills on me, but that isn't a big deal. They're going to have a few more units move in. For the tribesmen, I was moving them back. That way, maybe that hero would make it over to us in time for me to use all of my javelins to break him down. Now, as a piece of advice to all of you, what I often like to do, when possible, I like to leave enemy heroes alive. Sometimes I kill them anyway for fun, but if I leave them alive, but they're gravely wounded, then they're not going to spawn in a brand new leader. Sure, they might be level 1. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, that poor guy. Check out all the bodies here. Oh, that looks horrible. Yeah, I engage in rug tufting. I make mine out of human bodies. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so we've got over here one hero who's still alive. And I thought to myself, hey, they're all dead. I can move all of my units away. Like over here, we've got one group of young spears. Here comes Memnon, who doesn't have his chariot just yet. My other goal, of course, was to also level up Memnon. But then they caught me off guard. They actually spawned in with a few more bowmen, and I was like, oh, crap, you're kidding me. I didn't know that would happen. I wasn't keeping track, man. So now I've got my units all rushing in to go after what's left of them. I'm telling you, I know everyone likes fantasy, it's flashy, it's fun, but really, begin to dig into history or mythological settings and you'll have so much fun. It's so cool. It's so damn cool what you learn about, and you're like, well, that might as well be fake or some type of legend because it's absolutely insane. There we go, there's some bowmen. That's why I'm always supportive of like anything they do, even if it is just mythological. I always want to give it a fair shake. And he's leaving now, and he's gravely wounded. All right, so we're done. We've won. We've done it. We beat the hell out of them, and we were heavily outnumbered too. Anyway, welcome to my body carpet shop, made out of pure body. That was a deadly battle, but it worked in my favor too. All right, now I lost only 192. My range units destroyed them. That was the goal, though, to lure them in and take them down. All right. I've got to replenish. I mean, look at that. 12% is a major amount. My army's going to be okay. I defeated them in a pivotal battle, and now I'll be able to burn down Knossos. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, not a major battle at all. I would lose one group, which wouldn't be great. I could wait them out a bit. I think I will do that. It won't take nearly as long now, though. Now, I could go in, but look at that. Their supplies are going to run out. I'm going to take advantage of that. And goodbye to you. We also don't need to reconquer locations. You know how we get war spoils after conquering unique areas? Well, they don't come back. They're done for, so you need to keep on moving, and I'll show you what I mean in just a moment here. So we're about to get a lot of resources. He's always laughing. There we go, we lost only 312. And I'm going to raise and enslave. Sure, I don't gain as much when it comes to resources, but I'm gonna wait until I max out my Horde buildings. At least a lot of them.
I have honed my skills.
There we go. The Gates of Crete. Our epic mission is complete.
Pharaoh's will
I'll be able to
done.
quickly gain a few new royal decrees. More experience for us too. A king's ambition. What homeland do we safeguard? Horde of the Ethiops. By raising ancient cities on remote shores. As the great murals of Knossos blacken from the fires, an old bow-legged mariner from Memphis approaches and clears his throat. Oh, Memnon, what home have we defended by laying waste to this faraway capital? What dangers did these noble columns, now bent with damage, once pose to the lands of the Sun King? The men turn to you. Alright, well, we could vow to aid Troy, sure. If I do that, they'll like me a lot more. Also, I gain 5 gold per turn. Which is not a lot, but that's pretty cool though. And again, they would like me. Or we focus on our personal might. Oh, we're gonna do that. That's right. We'll have no enemies to stand at our back. Perfect.
Pharaoh will
Alright,
be pleased.
so I've got a new mission now. Move any character to the following region. Etis. Way over here. So, I've got a pretty simple goal before I go do that. I'm going to burn everything done over here. Look at that bronze. Wood, all of it. Have a look at what I've burned down before. We don't have that same type of war spoil. And Sparta's here. Well, good for them. Okay. So the king's host poured onto the Spartan shore, vowing to bring peace by word or spear. Only a fool would launch a costly war over a personal matter. Yet, this is exactly what the Spartan Menelaus has done by disputing Paris' rightful claim to Helen. Unworthy though he is, he yet remains a king. And before blood is shed on the beaches of, calm diplomacy shall have its day. Alright, fine, we'll do that. I'm sure it'll end quite well. And now we are stronger. Alright, so I've got to move down a little bit just to go after all of these enemies close by. Ooh. Garrison strength, minimal. Doesn't matter to me, either way, I get a lot. So off we go. That puts me, look at that, rank 14 already. Holy crap. I've got to get my chariot. There's no way I can't have it. I do like regeneration, but I've got to get my chariot. Alright, what else do we want? A melee chariot? Absolutely. What else do we have over here? Vanguard deployment for everyone. For everyone? Again, we've got to do it. I do like my Vanguard deployment. What else do we have? Let's see. Pharaoh's Edict. If I do that, more morale, more stamina over time. That stamina buff could be handy. Or a foreign curse. They're like, I don't understand, but it makes me feel bad. Alright, so if we do that, that's actually a lot. 20% armor, 30% melee defense, 20% melee attack. But before I do any of that, let's pick up our chariot. Perfect.
Courageous victory.
Heck yeah, man. Alright, so no new units just yet. We've got to wait. 3 more turns to go, then I need my 2,000 stone. I'll probably engage in trade. I'm sure someone would like to trade with me. Then we'll pick that up. And after that, well, we'll see. Things are not cheap. Okay, she's made it, I think. Let's get over here. Give me that XP. Cool. It's all done now. There's my divine errand. All that she had to do was show up and go on a long trip. Nice to meet you, go on vacation. 3 more points from me. Okay. Why don't we pick up over here anything that might provide for us more morale, but also more stamina too. I just want to enhance what we have. So we'll do that then. What else do we want? More of a charge bonus, okay. Or shielded infantry, we'll take that instead. Actually, hold on, let's go back. Let's get even more replenishment. I can always encamp too, so I could just come over here and pick that up. Yeah, we'll do that instead. We'll take that once more. And finally, armor piercing. Okay, Memnon. Now Sparta, they're growing so much all because of me. They're like, let me just pick up your scraps. When you think about it, we have destroyed a lot. I did pick up over here emissaries and a sacred stone of Hera. I want more replenishment. However, I'm able to get it because eventually I don't want to lose my units. Now, again, they've got tiny armies, so you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly burn through them all. And we'll get ready to go after Sparta. There we are now. We've got Megiddo. We've got Canaanite units we'll be able to pick up. I've also got over here one Canaanite quartermaster. I could go further, as we would be able to then unlock another territory belonging to them. I would like some unit variety, so we'll pick that up later on. I'm still moving through these little towns over here. I don't have to burn them all down, I just want to, for fun. It's my idea of having a good, healthy hobby. Alright, so I might lose one unit, but that's okay, because again, I'm going to rebuild once we're done here. Also, I want to make room for other Canaanite units. There. Alright, raise and enslave. That is a lot of stone. I'm not maxed out yet. Okay, leaded copper arrows, more missile damage for me. Then we just move right over here. Is there another army? There's not. I just get to wait over here for a bit. On our following turn, we'll burn down Cadonia. Then later we'll come over here to get over 4,000 wood. Then we'll finally be able to leave. And once I'm gone, well, Sparta will have control of everything over here on Crete. I do feel bad for them. But look at how far we've come. We have conquered a lot. Yeah, there's Rhodes. There's a new ruler over there, but their towns are weak too. That could open them up to other invaders and weaken them even further. So we took care of Crete, and amusingly enough, it all belongs to Sparta now. And I'm heading over here to mainland Greece in order to talk to Menelaus. Now, before I do that though, I would like to pick up a bit of bronze. 5,210 bronze, I'll take that. Auto-resolve again. I actually don't mind auto-resolving. Not whenever you're playing a Horde faction. In fact, I'm learning how to play Memnon pretty well now, and it feels good. I feel like I'm able to just do what I want. It's a very granular campaign, and what I mean by that is that you're not really having to worry about everything that everyone else is doing. You just do what you want. You can control every aspect of where you want to go, what you want to do at any given time, and that to me is actually really cool. And I have been using war spoils a little bit more now, just looking around. Like, let's say if I need a bunch of stone, I could click on stone. I could click on bronze again. If I do that, I know that there's a town right over here where they have a lot of bronze. So again, it's a great tool to use. I now have a lot more bronze than I did. I'm losing a bit. Why don't we pick up our Heroes Pavilion? Yeah, I'll get more replenishment. Yep, I've got Memphis and all that. But I just want to finish my trees over here. Master Trainer, we'll take that too. Done. Alright, so after that, we should probably get a bit of stone, but I've also got to watch out who I fight until I complete my mission. Otherwise, we might get into a little bit of trouble. We'll look at our new unlocked regions in just a bit, but not yet though. I'm still waiting. I'm still beating up on a few weak enemies, but look at what I've done. I can quickly recuperate my numbers now. I've made it to land now. Alright, there we go. 2,000 more experience. What else do we have? The Sword of Peace. Oh, they want me to raise Sparta. Oh, that's fun. So we are going to do it anyway. Once I do that, I'll gain gold, stone, food, wood, bronze. Spartan gold over here for 8 turns. Oh, if only it would be there forever. And for 15 turns, I give 15% more campaign movement range. For the hope of peace is past, and only strife remains, and thus, diplomacy dies as swiftly as man. The parley with King Menelaus has gone poorly. But a crazed lord of Sparta craves only blood and vengeance. Fine, if the fool will not heed your words, then let him hear the rallying cries of the servants of the divine ruler. With Menelaus' folly crushed under the boots of the Ethiops, the Aegean will once again know peace. So now I have a new goal. I've got to burn down Sparta. That means I'm going to go deep into enemy lands and I'll have to fight so many of them. Things are about to get challenging. We had a build up to this part, but now we're getting to the actual tough part. So we've got to burn down Sparta. I can do that, I'm sure. Hopefully Menelaus is not home. But over here we've got Canaan guards. Minus 20% to success chance of enemy agent actions against his hero. Canaan infiltrator. Minus 2 to siege holdout time. Minimum 1 turn. Then over here, master tactician. When sieging minor settlements, grants an action that forces the enemy to sally out. That is so darn cool. That means we don't have to have a minor town battle every single time. I could just go after them right away. Let's come over here. Let's just have a look. Sure, people might be angry, but do I really care? Not really, no. I'm just gonna wait here for a little bit. And while I wait here, I should also probably pick up 1 or 2 units. Yeah. I'll take my Hupshu. Oh yeah, I'll take 1. Then over here, 1 Philistine swordsman. Perfect. Now that gives me 20 out of 20. I could get rid of my Ethiopian tribesmen, but I'm not going to do that yet. If I fight Sparta, it's not going to be easy nor good. Now, here's a good trick for you if you ever want to fight a major faction that has many allies like Sparta. I'm only doing it because I'm really crazy. But, have a look over here. They've got a few allies. What you could do, if you want to, you could just declare war on that ally. That ally might not be allied to more than the main faction you want to fight. So it'll draw that main faction into the war, but not the main faction's allies. So that could be really good. However, Argos has a lot of friends too. What a pain. But they've got 1 less friend, so that might be the play. We draw Argos into a war, then Sparta joins, and then we go after them. So that'll be my way to handle it. He's rank 7. If we break down that faction, I wonder how that might change everything. It would have been much easier for me to potentially wait them out, but we're fighting in Sparta. I've got to give them a fair shot. And so we're moving in now, and we've got a chariot. I'm going to try to destroy a majority, if not all of their army, using only 1 chariot. I think it would have been much easier, in general, if I didn't have to really contend with so many different towers. But here we go. We're charging into 1 group right now. They're also pretty strong, and I've got to become stronger myself. Memnon has, what, 7 kills? Yeah, look at that damage already. If it wasn't for the towers, I feel like we would easily break through them all. Because as it currently stands, they can't seem to really deal with me very well. I've got 1 driver, then Memnon, who's just breaking people apart right now. Ouch. Imagine. You're like, look, I'm gonna enjoy Sparta. I'm gonna just chill out over here. Then some guy who's not even from your neighborhood comes by and he's like, you know what? I want to burn down your town. That's what we're doing now. It's really incredible what the Spartans were able to do and how they've stood out to us over the course of many thousands of years. We still talk about them. There we go. And whenever you begin to look at when many of the Greek philosophers that we still talk about were from, like what period of time, how many hundreds of years that they were alive and born in, it's really not that wide of a period, not that large of a period. But there we go right now. We're gonna just take our time and continue breaking through a lot of them. It's a much more cinematic fight in that regard. Like that. Just hit after hit. Of course, eventually we'll get tired and we don't quite yet have that ability to be unbreakable. Once we have that too, that's going to help a lot. Now, what I didn't know is that eventually chariots break in a battle, and once they break, you're just on foot, obviously. I thought maybe that wouldn't happen, but it does happen here. Now, we also do have centaur scouts to worry about, mythological units. I was really hoping, and I'm sure many of you feel like this too, I was really hoping that they would add in mythological units belonging to Canaan, belonging to Egypt, Ethiopia, because if they did that, I think it would make more of a case in point about how we could have like more of a fantasy-based game, but based on mythology. And I think that would be cool. I mean, I'm okay with fantasy. I've been a fan of, like, let's say any type of fantasy setting that we've spoken about or played over the many years that I've been around here. However, I'm also really into history, and mythology is part of that. The beliefs of man and all of that. But there we go. See, we're just taking our time. What a powerful fellow. I feel like a dynasty warrior right now. Actually, according to the music and what I'm looking at right now, it does feel like a Dynasty Warrior game. I'm moving into a town as a single hero. Sure, I've got like a driver, but look at all the bodies here now. So we've done that. And now our goal is to chase them. We've got 189 kills. And I could have moved in a lot of other people much earlier on, but I chose to do what I'm doing now, which is to chase them. Don't know why, thought it would be funny. We tapped 2 of them, they died, we made their hearts stop. Maybe I have a death note or something. I think they're being hit by like the nearby towers too, but I'm not too sure, but they're just dropping dead. Oh yeah, see?
As commanded.
Could be that too.
I shall.
Let's get them.
At them.
There we go. Got him. So let's have a look at the major town. We've got one hero over here. I don't think Memnon is really the best duelist, but he's very good at taking out enemy units. He's pretty sturdy. I'll continue to build him up though. I'm at a very high level, but again, I don't think he's really meant to be an avid duelist, especially on a chariot. But I do stay here for a bit just to be able to fight them.
As you wish.
There we are, there we go, and so we fight. We're kind of pushing him away. He's like, crap. Yeah, in the future, I'll try to cycle my charges a little bit more, because we do have a charge bonus. It's only 59 though, which is not too high. It's only 59 right now. Could be higher.
Cut them down.
Overstay. Alright, here we go. What do we have? Laconian militia. To be laconic, to be brief in your wit, in your reply. So we will fight in the shade and whatnot. Shielded spearman over here. What else do we have? Another hero? I mean, I've done a lot of damage. So what did I do elsewhere? Well, that's a really good question. I've got my units over here. Eventually, I'm going to move them over to where I broke open the enemy gate. That way, we're not having to worry about being shut up by towers the whole time. Then, I've got other units spread out all over the map where I knew they wouldn't be used too much. That way, our enemies would be divided. So here I go now. And here's a major part of the fight for me, too. So just do what you're seeing right here is a pretty big deal. They're all charging in. They're not all light infantry, which makes it pretty tough, which makes it pretty difficult. So we're going to try our best right now to just kill them, to fight a lot. And Memnon's doing that. He's doing just that. So a lot of people being dropped. Reminds me of playing AC Valhalla, just the general terrain, just being here. A lot of open plains, then a lot of mountains. Then you've got towns like this over here. Alright, so we're in the middle of it right now. I did use it a bit prematurely, that's true. I'm using my Edict. I'm fully buffed up. Very low melee defense, unfortunately. Don't like that at all. I am being attacked in flank. I'm right in the middle, so that does cause a few issues, but I'm still here in the middle, just killing a lot of different people. They're having a hard time stopping me. Then I use my special ability from Poseidon just to deal some damage. I was hoping for a few more visual effects for the various abilities we do have. Just because, hey, if you're going mythological, you might as well have fun with it. But there he goes now. Just fighting for a bit. So we're going to let him do that for a little while. And I'm going to finally begin moving my units in probably a few minutes here, where they move from here over to where the gate is at, then they move inside, and I'll continually just accumulate more kills. I've got over 400 kills right now. Unfortunately, I am taking a lot of damage. Flanks exposed, Paeon's touch. Moving over here now, going after these hillmen. These hillmen do a lot of damage too. 47 melee attack. I mean, they're dealing a lot. I did charge through. And see, here I was just trying to cycle things. Bum, 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 bum. Here comes Memnon. And there we go. And so he's back through. To victory. You can hear him just like respawn so much because I'm right clicking so much trying to move him. So like really that's what's going on there. Alright, so he's right in the middle fighting shielded spearmen. And he could get like knocked out right now, but look at how many I've killed. They had 1,700. They're at 1,100. A little over 1,100 right now. I'm cycling my charges a little bit. There was another ability that moved through. Got a few kills. We're still fighting many of their hillmen. Unfortunately, again, these heroes, they're just doing a lot to me. And so here he goes again. Just standing, just fighting. Just me and my driver. Ooh, heads popping off. Getting that guy too. What about another one? Yep, that guy's gone. And they keep on bashing. They keep on trying. And that's really what I wanted to show. It would have been cool if I could have won. I think I could have won and beaten their entire garrison, maybe with Memnon, if they had only one hero. But with 3, that's a little bit much, or 2 or 3, however many they have. And it looks like we were knocked off of the chariot. Now that I didn't know could happen. That also caught me off guard. I thought, again, you would just stay on the chariot until you were dead or knocked out or whatever, but that isn't true. So I was trying to move around because I knew he wouldn't do nearly as well here. He's tired, he's surrounded, but he does have 586 kills. And meanwhile, we're just going to have to wait for a bit. I still have a bit to go. Eventually, I'm going to move in all of my mini units. And here comes my army now. Here we go. They're charging in. We're going to lose a few. That's always meant to happen. I can't avoid that. But our king, he did a great job at really ruining the many enemies that we had in the walls. There's only a few left now, to the point where my army should be able to quickly enter, neutralize the towers, and really the core issue is going to be these guys here, the heroes. I still don't have an apt counter for them all the time. They're going to be the ones moving around, using their abilities, and dealing some type of damage here and there. But I do hope that all of you have enjoyed this campaign so far, and also learning about Memnon, a fascinating character, into what's really an incredible story, an incredible tale that we all know about and treasure in different ways, or at least enjoy it. Or at least it has some type of, value to us. There we go. Here we go. So now they have a hero who's still right over there in the middle of it. I wasn't able to outright beat them. Now, there is a thing that can happen in replays too, where sometimes the end result might not be the same. Like, I've had battles where I've won, but in my replay I've lost. Why? Well, because it's not a normal replay. In some other games, whenever you review the gameplay footage, you're able to go back or go forward, and it's like watching your own little mini video at that point. However, here, it's just replaying the game. It's just inputting the same commands you used and what they used too. However, sometimes things can go awry, especially when you factor in healing abilities like our own leader's abilities, and also if there's a patch, if there's one mod changing stat numbers, that can change a lot too. Now, there's a reason why I'm focusing on more cinematic shots, because there's not too much to talk about other than the fact I've taken the walls over here. There weren't too many for me to fight anyway. That was easy. We are highly buffed up. We are highly dangerous. And I think Memnon might be one of the more powerful leaders I've played. Again, playing as a Horde faction for Troy is incredibly powerful. Just being able to do what you want is awesome. Okay, now, most of them have been broken. We're now heading over to their main square. They still have a few units around. You can see the mess of bodies that our leader left behind. Oh god, I could hear that visual, or sorry, that audio effect from the water waves of Poseidon. But look at what he did. That was all one man. One man came over here and said, you know what, I feel like killing. I feel like being a danger zone for everyone involved. Alright, there we go. There's that hero. He's broken. We've got another one over here. He's been broken too. That's 2 broken. I'm just trying to run up here to finish off what's left. And see, now we're going over to their plaza, to that main center area. They've got a few units over here, Laconian swordsmen, renowned slingers. It feels weird to actually be in the middle here. Usually, I think what happens, and you can tell me if you share that same experience, you end up having to defend so many of your own lands. I'm glad now, since the update, you're able to abandon your old territories, so you don't have to worry about that anymore if you don't want to. You can say, hey, I'm moving on. I'm going to conquer new areas, so why don't I abandon other ones too? That means you don't have to overextend nearly as much. All these little island territories. But there's our Laconian swordsman. Yeah, once it's officially out for everyone and mods update, I'll pick up a few mods for this campaign. If you ever want me to do a future one, let me know. I don't mind doing that. Oh, my poor boys over here. We are not heavily armored. Now, they've got a lot more armor. They're at 60 armor compared to what? My infantry at 20 armor, who aren't really wearing much. I mean, they've got shields, but yeah, they don't really have too much. They've gotten a few kills, but it's nearly over for them. Again, it's really that hero. It's been a huge problem, but they're about to chain break because I've already killed so many. They've got some light bowmen over here, but they can't even do too much. So that means we have taken the city of Sparta. It is over for the capital of Menelaus. I mean, they'll probably rebuild it, but We're gonna continue burning things down and do even more tomorrow. But victory belongs to Memnon. Decisive battle. We lost over 500. We did outnumber them, but of course, I mean, Sparta's a pretty tough nut to crack. We got him, though. I moved right in. Oh, heck yeah. Give me my horde growth. And so far, you're able to see how that works out. Raise Sparta. All right. The war marches on. They want me to raise or sack 10 different settlements belonging to the following tribe, the Achaeans. Holy crap. So basically right now, I just get to issue total war. That's awesome. We're going to chill out here for a bit. That'll give me major buffs for 8 turns. So it's just about me just moving, and destroying constantly. All right, I'm going to encamp, or actually I can move closer to some location. That gave me a new shield. I can move over to Etis. I actually did think about like wandering over to other towns first, but yeah, let's go beat them up. Let's go take over and weaken Sparta. All right, I could reduce the overall cost of my spearmen or my hunters. I wonder which one would be better. Hold on. I've got infantry over here. I think hunters are the ones I want to keep more of, or my skirmishers rather. Yeah, I think I would end up keeping them more, like my archers.
Ethiopia triumphs.
I do lose a little bit here and there. What else do we have, though? Disciplined and expendable. Sais is over here. Then there's Napata. Let's go back over here real quick and have a look around. There's Susa. Sais would be over here. And I'm not really doing Egyptian stuff. Not too much, not too often. Though I do want these chariots. But I also want these chariots even more. But I'm not going to pick them up yet because we're actually going to move down over here to Etis in order to burn that down. But now, as I said before, we get to fight total war. I can also build up a lot of stuff here. There's some bronze. How much bronze? 900. Okay. 1,125 stone. I would get stone over here too. So we could just build that up right away. I like that. Okay. So why don't we do that right now? Level 23. I've got my 1 point. Unbreakable. I finally picked that up. That would have been handy. I forgot that my chariots could break. That was very shocking to me. All right, more replenishment again if I wanted to grab even more stone. Or spend even more. Now over here, Keeper of Battle Stories is incredibly good. Let's have a look at that real quick and like why that might be good. So, in how many times did you stab him in the head with your javelin, would you say? Pretty funny. So we get a cap of 20%. And we get more melee damage and missile damage for all units for each follower that we have in our army. I have only 1 army right now. You know that. Wow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% more. If I get 1 more, 10% more damage. So I could get that later. And if I do, we're going to deal a lot of damage. But for now, let's get marching drums because I want to move further. And also I want to get that fatigue reduction. But we are done for right now, everyone. Thank you for watching. When we're back, we're going to wage total war. We're going to destroy our enemies. And as always, until then,